Judge, this is the case of Can't Buy Love.
We've got a successful businessman, a beautiful wife, expensive presents, but still something's missing. Let's figure out what it is.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Chimira McCormick and Bennie McCormick. Mr. and Mrs. McCormick, you have been together for 6 years, married for the last 9 months. There is trouble in paradise already. Mrs. McCormick, you want $3,000 from Mr. McCormick to help start your own business, and we'll talk about that momentarily. But before we do, Mrs. McCormick, let me start with you. Tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here in divorce court today.
I love my husband, but he should have married a gold digger because he tries to buy my love. He buys expensive gifts. He's bought me some red bottoms. He bought me a Mercedes. He bought me a motorcycle.
You like motorcycles?
I do. I like motorcycles.
All right. I was going to say, if she didn't like motorcycles, we were in trouble.
I have some pictures of the things he's bought me. That's the motorcycle. That's the new motorcycle.
Bike. And that's the Benz.
That's the Benz.
So, and your complaint is?
My complaint is he buys me all these lavish gifts, but he doesn't give me himself. For instance, for my birthday this year, I specifically told him 2 months in advance that for my birthday, I wanted to take a trip to Miami and then go to the Bahamas from there.
Okay.
He said, okay. A couple of weeks later, he calls me and said a buddy of his was going to Las Vegas, and he asked, did I want to go? I said, okay, well, when is it? He said, it's 2 weeks before my birthday. I said, I feel like that's cutting it too close. 2 big trips in 2 weeks sounds a little much. But he said, we could do it. I said, okay, cool. We go to Las Vegas, 5-star hotel, wonderful 5-star restaurants, everything. Spending money left and right. We come back, I reminded him, I better have my birthday trip, okay? He said, okay, my birthday gets here, I done packed the whole bag, we're driving to the airport. He passes the exit to the airport. I'm like, where are you going? And he says, well, we're gonna take another route. There's no other route to the airport. It's one way. And you just passed it up. So where are we going? He says, well, he just says, just wait and see. So he exits and we go to a motorcycle shop. And he says, come in. So I go in and he had already purchased the new motorcycle. He put down $8 grand for a new motorcycle. I don't want to take away from the grandness of the gift because it was a wonderful gift. And I had been talking about wanting another motorcycle. But I specifically said that I wanted the trip because we weren't connecting. And so it was a way for us to spend some quality time together to reconnect.
Mr. McCormick, now respond to that. I mean, you seem to be a good guy. You seem to be buying her things, but she says she wants less of your money and more of you.
Yes, Your Honor. But see, I run a medical imaging company that requires a lot of my time. When I met her, she was working in juvenile probation, and I retired her. I mean, wouldn't you want your man to retire you, Your Honor?
No.
No? But my life, my work, it requires a lot of my time. She, just for instance, I get called out at 9 p.m. I tell her, hey, I got to go to the hospital. She gets an attitude, gets mad.
He get mad if he has to get up and handle an emergency? That's what he does.
Your Honor, he gets called out at 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I really don't have an issue with that sometimes, but it's all the time, and I get no quality time. None.
Well, so what you would like him to do when he gets a call 4 in the morning, doctor got a problem and a patient and his machine ain't working, you gonna say, no, man, let him die. I'm gonna lay here with my wife?
No, that's not the case. But the problem is, for instance, so he goes to work, like I said, he gets up at maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. He's gone till 7, 8, 9 o'clock, sometimes 10, 11 at night. So he comes home, we have small kids, so, we gotta do the parent thing. By the time they're going to sleep, he's going to sleep, so when I'm trying to, scooch
get something
up,
started,
he's falling asleep on me.
Right. Mr. McCormick, I'm going to address all that in a minute, but I want you to specifically address the issue about the trip to Miami. You made time for your friend's trip. When it came to your wife, you bought a motorcycle instead of exactly what she wanted, which was time with you. Can Can you logic me through that one?
Basically what I did, Your Honor, I did some research prior to her birthday. I asked her father, a sister, hey, do she want this trip to Miami or would she want a motorcycle? Because she's been talking about a motorcycle all year long. She said, I can't buy anything unless she gets a motorcycle. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, maybe if I get a motorcycle, things will get a little bit better. Because she's been...
Did she tell you exactly what she wanted?
Well, she did mention that she wanted to go to Miami with me so we could spend some time. But when I did the tow, I asked her sister, does she really want this motorcycle? She was like, yeah, I think...
Women are grown. You know what I mean? You don't need to... A woman tells you something, then you don't have to go around to ask the people around her if she really meant what she said. She meant what she said.
Yeah.
So, I was on your side for the other stuff. That one you blew. That one you blew. What do you think the problem is between the two of you?
Her attitude.
Give me an example.
Her attitude gets out of control. Like one night I came home from spending time with a friend. I wake up, she has a bat in my face because she went through my phone.
She has a what?
A bat. A baseball bat.
B-A-T?
A B-A-T. A wooden baseball bat. So I wake up with this bat in my face. She said, oh, you're messing with your employee. I was like, you're going to the gym with your employee. But I'm like, it was all the employees. The hospital gave us passes so that we can go to the gym together. And I asked her if she wanted to go to the gym. She took that all out of context, swung the bat at me, put a hole in the wall, and we have a picture of that hole in the wall.
You swung a bat at your man.
I wasn't going to hit him. I hit the wall. I had enough. If you poke the bees long enough, the bee's gonna wake up. And at this point, I had enough, and I woke him up with the bat in his face, and I'm like, you got to go, because I'm done with this.
Were you talking to other women on those cell phones?
It was business-related true work.
Everything is always business-related. No, it's not. There's trust issues, okay?
Right.
And so this wasn't the first time.
We ain't gonna forget about the bat, but go ahead.
Let me speak on the bat real quick. This was after so many other instances where I had enough. If you poke the bees long enough, the bee's gonna wake up. And at this point, I had enough, and I woke him up with the bat in his face, and I'm like, you got to go, because I'm done with this. The trust issues originally started, I got pregnant in 2016, and we moved in together. We had a wonderful relationship. Communication was wonderful. I was glowing. It was wonderful, but I started to pay attention to certain things. He had his phone glued to his hip. And so my spider senses went up. And one day I was cleaning up the house. I was cleaning under the bathroom sinks, and I found a small bag with cell phones in it. We had just recently purchased new cell phones. So I opened the bag, and I'm like, okay, so here's the old cell phone. Here's my chance. So I opened the phone, and I'm going through it. Lo and behold, he had been talking to a couple of other women while I was laid up on bed rest. I was on bed rest for 5 months, in and out the hospital. And he was conversating with other women. One of them, actually, they were talking about meeting up.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Meeting up, text. Now, can't put your bat in your hand. That's you're a slip away from killing the brother and going. You know what I mean? You have to handle things like a mature woman. You don't want him no more. Walk out.
Your Honor, that was the first instance. That was just the first instance.
I don't care if it was the millionth instance. No bats in the hands, Mr. McCormick. Were you talking to other women on those cell phones?
I was conversing with them, but I wasn't. It was wrong in the sense, but I wasn't conversing them out of context, and she will even admit to that. I was not conversing with them out of context. True, I should have cut the communication off, but I was not, because she reacted.
Well, what kind of things were being said?
Basically, the one we were planning on meeting, it was business related, because she was looking into doing something with social work.
Everything is always business related. But if he gets caught talking to any woman, oh, this is business related. Oh, it's for a business. Oh, it's for a business. No, it's not.
Have you been doing any inappropriate things?
No, I haven't, Your Honor.
Not a one?
Not one.
Yeah,
but she's like the CIA. She hacks into all my social media. She missed her calling. She should have really worked for the CIA.
Now,
she knows what I had for lunch in second grade.
Having hacked into all of his stuff, give me the most damning piece of evidence that you have.
So I'm picking up my kids from school one day, and I get a phone call from him saying that he's in jail. He's in custody. I I asked what was going on. He couldn't tell me at the time because he was in custody. So I go home, I put on my FBI hat, and I have to find out what's going on. So I found all the information, and it was with this young lady who was stating that he stole her car and went and burnt it up. But the kicker is, I'm looking at the information, and her address is on the paperwork, and I'm like, I know this street. So I Googled the street. It's the street where we live.
That sounds like woman scorn stuff to me. It does not sound like business deal gone bad. Did you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It does look odd, and I know you're tiptoeing around that one. Everybody got Fifth Amendment rights. If you would like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV.
So at midnight, I went and knocked on the girl's door because I need to understand why my dude is in jail.
And what did she say?
Going on. She didn't answer the door.
Smart move.
I called several times her number. She didn't answer the phone as well.
Mr. McCormick, your version of that event?
Basically, me and her, we were business partners. There was never any romantic involvement.
Okay.
It was, and that's the truth. And she even knows that. There was never any romantic involvement. But basically, we were business partners. We made a couple errors, and some stuff got crossed up and twitched up. And it got resolved, you know, but...
Her car got burned up. What do you mean? That's not a resolution, that's a felony.
I feel maybe, okay, so did this really occur, or is this somebody that's kind of like a little warm now because this was shortly after we moved in together?
That sounds like woman scorn stuff to me. It does not sound like business deal gone bad. Did you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It does look odd, and I know you're tiptoeing around that one, and I'm not gonna make it. You know, everybody got Fifth Amendment rights. Why do you think she's so insistent on believing that you're doing the wrong thing?
Because she has to be in control. She has a control issue. She wants to be in control. She wants to control me.
That's not true.
And
Tell me something that would show me that she's controlling.
Because she's always telling me how to do my business. She said,
Explain
that's a bad idea. Like one time, I was looking to make it a business venture with one of my friends, and she was like, no, you shouldn't do business with him. I don't like him. You know, you shouldn't do business with him.
Oh, that's
But, you know, and I went ahead, I'm like, you know, I'm doing what's best for the business that I think, because I've been doing imaging for 21 years. So I think I know a little
bit about it.
Bit.
Do you dip in his business and try to direct him when he's obviously already doing okay?
Your Honor, first off, it's our business, not his business. The one he's speaking about, my name is on that paperwork too.
Right.
So it's our business.
Right.
And so the person that he's talking about, he's speaking of, we had already discussed, me, him, and actually another business partner of his, and his wife. We all agreed that this particular person is kind of not business savvy. But to go a step further, a couple of days ago, I found out when I hacked into his stuff, he has opened up a couple of other businesses with this particular person, and I feel like that's completely disrespectful because anything you sign your name to affects our household.
Right. Ooh, Mr. McCormick, you should have been an attorney. So, did you start a couple businesses kind of on the side without letting her know?
I did. And then because I know how her attitude is, she would have just been irate. I probably would have got another bat upside my head, you know.
No, don't use that. That was one time.
She wants a little piece of you, though.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? We like money, but we like you people, too. We really do. You get on our nerves some, but we like you. And we want to be around you. We want to touch you. We want to talk to you. I know we talk too much. We'll rein it in every once in a while. We want to hold you. Do you see that she's just not getting enough of that?
Yeah, but we take trips. I got a babysitter. We take trips every once a month.
No,
we go to
once a
Miami.
month?
No, we don't.
Is he taking you in
No,
somewhere
what
once
he
a month?
does is he sends me on a trip with my sister. He doesn't go. He doesn't go. But while we're talking about the money aspect, he spends thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on whatever. He'll spend it on me too. But if I do it, we had an arrangement where anything that's spent over $100, we would discuss it amongst each other. He spends thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. The only way I find that out is when I'm going through the account.
And you see.
And I see it. But if I take that kind of money out of the account,
it'd be a whole nother story.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. If I could get you something from her that you want, what would it be?
To be less attitude, just less calmer, I would say, calmer.
Less attitude. Now, Mrs. McCormick.
Your Honor, I don't get no...
Are you loud and poppy?
I can be. I can be. But, Your Honor, if I get no time, no attention, no sex, I'm irritable. What do you want me to do? If I got some regularly, that cuts half of the argument.
I ain't gonna make you defend that, Mr. McCormick. I just want to make sure you heard it. Did you hear what she said?
I heard what she said, John.
You want $3,000 because you say you're gonna leave him and start your own business. Tell me about that.
He agreed to let me take over the management of one of the facilities.
Right.
I went to the facility. I worked at the facility every day for almost 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then he cuts the contract with that facility.
You didn't get paid?
No.
You didn't pay her?
Oh, she got paid, so you never got paid. She got paid?
No, I got paid in the gifts that he gives me.
But you didn't get paid for the work.
Right.
I got you. Mr. McCormick, it used to be a us thing, now it's a you thing, and she's just a vague thing. And she's wondering if she'll be no thing soon. And she feels frightened. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
You know, I do business, my husband does business, but we always check our corners. Yo, this is what I'm doing, what you think? Yeah. He has a different head than I do. What you think? This is what, well, hey, but maybe this, maybe that. She wants to be an equal partner with her. I think she's a bright young lady. I think that you can do that. And it's easier to do it on your own, but include her. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm old school. I was born in the 50s. My father never came home. I'd go months not see him. Some men, some women have jobs that are just time-consuming. This man is grinding. And I think you have to understand the nature of his grind. I think Mr. McCormick can make you more of a partner in his life as opposed to an asterisk in his day. What do you say, Mr. McCormick?
Yes, Your Honor.
You think you can do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. And next time she says she wants to go somewhere, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna take her.
Take exactly where she wanna go. Exactly where she wanna go. Is there anything else you want me to ask him for while I'm yelling at him?
No, that's it, Your Honor.
Good enough. There will be no recovery matter. Good luck to both of you. It is so ordered.
So do you think Judge Lynn got through to him today?
I sure hope so.
What are you gonna do after you leave here?
Oh, we're trying to make some changes, and we'll see if we can get that, attitude under control and my time together.
I mean, you're gonna make her a little bit more of a priority?
Yes.
She loves you, right?
Yeah.
Just wants some more time?
Yes, there's more time.
Was anything left unsaid today, or do you think Judge Lynn hit it on the head?
I think she hit it on the head.
Mm-hmm.